I'm Merigoreti Kilonzo, Hope Mobility Kenya, Programs Manager here and also a physical therapist. Hope Mobility specializes on fitting appropriate mobility devices such as wheelchairs, crutches, walkers, walking canes. The only thing we do not do is fitting of electronic or motored wheelchairs at the moment. We do this according to WHO guidelines because a wheelchair is not just a wheelchair, and if a wheelchair is fitted inappropriately, it can actually do more harm to an individual than doing good. So this person needs to go through assessment. After the assessment by a qualified clinician, a physiotherapist, occupational therapist, or orthopedic technologist, then you're able to determine, depending on the condition, the size, the need for modification, what type of wheelchair this person needs in terms of the skill or in terms of why they need to use the device, and again also in terms of the condition that they have. So before giving a wheelchair, you need to assess to establish all that. And then after you establish, you do measurements and then now select the most appropriate wheelchair for this individual so that at the end of the day, you can be sure that you're giving a wheelchair that will do more good to them than harm. We are located at Old Mombasa Road, Ken Belt Business Park, Unit 1. It's branded Hope Mobility Kenya. And we usually give these services here at the main resource center every Tuesday and Thursday. But for someone to come, we need to book them. So you can find our details in our website, our contact information. We are also in Facebook and in Twitter. You reach out to us and we will be able to listen to you and also give you an appointment for assessment and fitting of the device that you will need.
So, like I said last time, I wanted to educate guys about wheelchairs because I normally get so many calls. I need a wheelchair. So it takes me a lot of time to try to explain to guys that there are different types of wheelchairs and different functionalities. I'm not an expert, so I decided to bring you guys experts who do wheelchairs. So today we are having Merigoreti, who works at Hope Mobility. Merigoreti, and I will explain what are the different forms and types of wheelchairs and their functionalities. Because supervisor calls killers like, I need a wheelchair, but wheelchairs is not one size that fits all. It's very different. One size, any wheelchair can fit anyone. So kindly elaborate and explain to guys how different these wheelchairs we are seeing here function.
So wheelchairs have different categories. We have 3 categories: basic, intermediate, and advanced. For basic wheelchairs, these are wheelchairs for people who do not need extra upper body support. For example, someone that can sit independently and they have good strength on the upper body, they can use their arms. So we will consider those people needing basic wheelchair. One of the basic wheelchair is this. And the basic wheelchairs, intermediate, all the wheelchairs come in different sizes, in different types, different shapes, depending on the need of that individual. For example, this is a basic wheelchair for a child, and you can see it's different from the rest that are aligned here because then it offers a special support for the leg. So if the child needs extra support on the calf area, then this helps to give that support, and you can push it up and down depending on the comfort of that child.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see 12 here. Does it mean wheelchairs come with sizes?
Yes.
So this is size 12?
This is size 12.
That's why it's like a small like this?
Yes.
So the size, is it more of the age or is it because more of, is it like a shoe?
Yes.
Is it like a shoe?
Yes. More of the body size.
Okay, the body size.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And this is also a basic wheelchair, but it's an active wheelchair. Sometimes you can use it for sports, but it's really for someone who is very active. You can see it easily tips off. So someone who needs to use a wheelchair for long distances, and they are very active on their upper body. So we will give them an active wheelchair like this. Sometimes they can also use it for sporting activities.
Oh, for sporting?
Yes.
So is this someone who comes and make a request, or is something that you recommend for them?
We can receive a request from someone, but we can also recommend.
Or you can recommend.
Yes.
You can see a child who is very active and they want to do a lot of things,
Yes.
and then recommend this.
Yes.
Okay. But it's something that at least they have to study, or is it something that they need to learn how to use it, or is it something that
Yes, they
wake
need
up
to
and
learn
use?
how to use it. So for a first-time user, it will be very difficult to give them an
Because
active
I can
wheelchair.
see it can topple anytime.
Yes, it easily tips off it, and it can actually be a risk for them.
Yeah.
So most of the time you'll find
And it's
people,
very light.
Yes, very light. Yes. Most people who use active wheelchairs have started with basic, safe wheelchairs. Yes.
So you're used to this,
Yes.
and then now you've grown to this.
Yes. But it also has a unique feature. So because it easily tips off, it has anti-tip bars. When this person is not in motion, you can turn it, and then it offers that extra safety.
Or even while they're just seated, they can do it.
Yes,
They don't need someone to come and do it for them. Nice.
Yes. This is also a basic wheelchair for a small child. You can see the back is very low.
Yeah.
Again, showing that it's for someone who is again very active, and they don't need a lot of support for their back. They can sit upright. They have good strength, and they can actually use this to move around. And it has a longer back for better base stability and balance. Yeah. And for this type, it can actually be used in rough terrain areas, because then if you look at the base, the tires, and also the caster wheel, it's a slightly bigger compared to
I
this.
can see. Yeah.
Slightly wider, so making it more suitable for rough terrain sites.
Or surface area.
Yes.
So what is this?
This is for someone who wants, like a caregiver who wants to wheel them around if they need that. Yeah, but if they don't need, then you just go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Then now, we have many other types of basic wheelchairs, but now if you look at these wheelchairs here, now these are in the category of intermediate wheelchairs. Intermediate meaning they now need
Sorry, it's okay.
they need extra support on the upper trunk. These are children perhaps who are born with disabilities like cerebral palsy, or adults who've gone through spinal injury, maybe through road accidents, that, and maybe it's upper body, they need extra trunk support, they will need intermediate wheelchairs. One of the intermediate wheelchairs, we can start from here. If you can see, it has a tray, and these are very good for children who are schooling. So they can use this to sit all day in class. They can write on the tray, they can feed, they can play on the tray. You can remove the tray at any given time. And then it has a headrest for a child who will need a headrest. You can fix it in whatever position that the child needs it. It has an harness to help better support the trunk, extra support here at the pelvis. It has also, these we call them postural support devices. So these are meant to help because children are growing. So you don't want to give them this wheelchair and after a few months they outgrow it and you have to change it. So most of the pediatric intermediate wheelchairs like this, and I hope Haven I'll show you, come in with extra room to adjust.
Okay.
So like if I can turn it and show you some of the, so if you see these extra support devices, you can move them.
You can adjust.
Yes, you can adjust.
To a certain fit.
Yes.
So they can hug them here.
Yes, yes. So depending with the size and the type of support they need after assessment, then you're able to you do measurements to know what size they need, and then you're able to adjust in terms of size the PSD. Okay. So if, for instance, the child, the first time you fitted it was in this position and they've outgrown, or they're saying it's now too tight here or small, then you can loosen and adjust, creating more room Same for the pelvis area. You can loosen. You can even, if you see here, it's made in a way that you can adjust.
Wow, but this one looks more advanced. Like it has so many areas to adjust.
Yes.
Oh,
You can
nice.
pull it back if they've grown taller to accommodate more leg room. You can pull it to be shorter depending with the size. You can adjust the back upwards and downwards depending again with the height of
So this
the
is
back.
like in cars. This is like the German machine. It's well seated. Like you can do so many things. You can adjust in so many areas and so many things depending with the condition of the patient.
Yes. And then we also have an intermediate wheelchair for adults.
Also, that's for children,
This is for children.
and now this is for the adults. Yeah?
Yes, this is for the adults. And you can modify it however you want, depending with the need of that adult. And the special thing with this wheelchair is that if you see, this is custom made for a specific individual.
Yeah, because I can see a curve here.
Yes. So this is someone who has a shorter right thigh or shorter leg on the right side.
There's a curve here. I was like, okay.
Yes.
How come this side is shorter than this side?
Yes. And then if you look at the back carefully, this is again shorter as compared to the length here. And it looks like it's tilted.
It's tilted a bit, yeah.
So this is someone who has some deformity on the back. So you custom make it to fit that deformity. If you touch here, you will feel there are some bumps. So
something protruding.
Yes. So that is made specific to suit a specific kind of deformity for that person. And not only that, it tilts in space. For most spinal injury cases, they are not able to sit for long. And sometimes playing with gravity helps to relieve pressure. So if you tilt it in space, it helps relieve pressure. It's like they're lying down better. If they need to eat, to feed, or they're tired in this position, again, you can tilt it for them to sit upright. So you can offer that, so they can tilt, they can lie. If they feel comfortable at that point, you just leave them there for some
But
time.
now, when it comes to such kind of support, they can't do it. There must be a caregiver who's doing that.
A caregiver has to support you. This person is active. You want to make sure that they continue being active. So you will give them a wheelchair that has this type of tires. But if it's someone who cannot push themselves, then they can use this type of wheelchair, because then they'll need a caregiver to push them. And you can also again adjust it depending with the type of modification and adjustments that it needs. This is also an intermediate. It's similar to the one I showed you first, as well as this one. This we will call a Motigo.
A Motigo?
Yes, Motigo. The difference is just the brand and also the options it gives you to modify. So you can see this one also has
What is that part for?
To prevent the fingers from.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
Especially for children who have uncontrolled movement sometimes. Yes, if they haven't moved their fingers, it will not be modified.
Oh, this is very important. Because I normally see it, but I've never understood exactly why we have other wheelchairs which have this like padding.
And if you see like the room for modification is slightly different from Liberty, that will probably give you more room to adjust, as well as this with some minor options here on headrests that if the child needs, you can use. If
This
they
one is
don't
done
need,
here?
Yes, this is done here.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, so you can remove the headrest if you need, if they don't need it. It has again a tray for schooling and all that. And the other advantage we have with this is that we produce it in different colors.
Okay.
So children in colors, they can choose. If
Yeah,
it's red,
I've seen
if
there's
it's purple.
red, I've seen
Yeah.
different colors.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So even this is an advanced one.
Yes, this is also an intermediate wheelchair. So advanced wheelchairs are wheelchairs.
Oh, intermediate.
Yes.
So there's basic.
Yes. Intermediate and advanced.
Advanced.
This can also